Testing. Is this working? Testing. Hopefully this is working because the microphone is connected to the sound machine, but I turned it off. So hopefully you can hear me. Shout out to anybody who's here right now. And if not, if you're on replay, thank you so much for coming through. Early morning impromptu. Oh, I hear myself on the other phone. Okay, on my phone. Okay. Impromptu live stream because there's just not enough time with all of this. There's just not enough time. We're doing it live. Shout out to that bit. That will never get old. Yeah, because there's just not enough time with everything that's going on. We couldn't get to everything yesterday because I started late. I was tired. I'm tired now, but I'm in. So I said, let me go ahead and do this before I get ready for work and start with a couple of things I didn't get to yesterday, because by the time I get back from work today, it will be even more. So there's a lot of people that are feeling some kind of way about those videos with them two girls from yesterday. One is Tatiana about your kids not being equal to white people. And then there's the one with the girl that says to not patronize the girl in ATL because she spoke to some man that's running for governor and he's white. So people getting in their feelings about that. No surprise. People got something to say about, of course, the interview that Tatum did with Wyatt, Warren, Child, whatever one it was, whatever W white boy it was. Yeah. So they got a problem with that, of course, because instead of listening to the people that you was waiting to hear from, I mean, everybody was like, what they got to say. They got something to say. You still don't believe them, which is why this is exactly what Al and Ben and the rest of them want, is to get the Black people on their side so that it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what the proof is. It doesn't matter. They're not going to believe it because everything is about racism, and it's always racism, and it can't be anything else. And that's it. That's all. So they're going to be on crusades for the rest of this year on the strength of Chow, Carmelo, and now Nolan. So people all in their feelings. But before I get to that, let me show you something I've been trying to get to, because it's a thing for the community. This is what the community is and what it represents. Those of us who have something to say, have a different opinion, or like we want to have some questions answered, or what about this? What about that? Nope, don't want to hear that. So again, to my new favorite, not really favorite channel, Welcome to the Culture. Now they want to highlight Saucy Santana, and the sound machine don't work, or I would insert the Price is Wrong button right here. So this person has a new song, and it's taken the young men by storm. Okay, it says, with this being the most progressive generation ever, shout out to the Z's, we actually think Saucy Santana has the biggest influence on our women. Now, any woman here that thinks that, see, this is the clown world that I'm talking about, yeah. This is the clown world that I'm talking about. Good morning, Trey. Good morning, Lawrence. This is the clown shit. So listen to this. I think it's a woman that runs this this page, this blog, this up and coming blog. It says, we actually think Saucy Santana has the biggest influence on our women. Well, let me tell you something. Any woman that's listening to Saucy Santana, who is a man, on how to be a woman, y'all already losing. Y'all are losing very badly. So these are probably the same people that said that men are bad, the patriarchy, misogyny, blah, 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 and yet don't realize in their crazy ass mind that you're technically still listening to a man. Child, make it make sense. If anybody can make any of this make sense in this clown world that the United States is, because I'm going to just say it's just the United States, then help me understand. Okay? Just help me understand. It says the majority of them copy his lingo and mannerisms. He is an integral part of the new generation culture. Well, I'm glad whoever this is differentiated that. This is why these people are crazy and lazy and any other E that I can't think of right now. These are the people that the world is being left to.
Bed to the bone, Coca-Cola shape, ass eating up the thigh.
So I gotta pause it because of the the copyright.
Yeah, my skin tight jeans, Chanel's for the girls and glittery teens. I'm gorgeous.
Imagine being a woman and going around saying, yes, sis, that's what I'm talking about, sis. I'm gonna do like Saucy Santana does, because that's my girl, because that's how they allegedly say it.
Gorgeous. Drop top Porsche, 5-star chick on my middle school course.
Did they say this about RuPaul? Shout out to RuPaul, the original. They probably like, oh, that hair lace, child. That lace front is awesome, child. Your body is girl.
Bed to the bone. Known at the bank is Miss Money Long.
Saucy Santana has the biggest influence on our women. Good luck, gentlemen. SYSBM. You heard me right. SYSBM.
I'm giving them hell 7 days a week. Drop a bag in Chanel, my GL on my feet. I can stump us, I can
saying the same shit, saying nothing.
Never be discreet. Niggas want a wife, but I'm still in the streets. I'm just a
ninjas want a wife. Y'all gonna wife up Saucy? Sassies. Y'all gonna wipe up Saucy? This is where your women are getting their influence from. A man.
Rich fly bitch, only
season, bro.
Bitch, I'm big.
Bitch, I'm big. That child, that don't even sound any different than this.
Well, all my scanning ass fellas, I spending that money fast. 20s, 50s, 100s cash. Boy, going that Goyard bag. Boosting ladies where y'all at. Stuffing that shit in your bag. Just to flip it, pop some tags. Girl, going that Goyard bag. Spend that shit, spend that shit. Spend that shit, baby, spend that shit. Spend that shit, spend that shit. Spend that shit, baby, spend that shit. Woo!
Bed to the bone. Coca-Cola shape, ass eating up the thigh.
I'm T.
My skin tight jeans, Chanel's for the girls and glittery teens. I'm gorgeous.
Goodbye. Gentlemen, seriously. Just carry your ass on, okay? Just carry y'all's asses on. This is a question you need to ask if you go out with somebody here in the United States. Just say, what you think of Saucy? No, you can't say that, because then they're gonna say that you're ABCD. Just send them to me. I'll ask them.
Drop top Porsche, 5-star chick on my middle school course.
So y'all don't think that this is goodbye archive T. Oh, Lord help your people. Thank you for the clock it though. You know how much I hate that phrase, child. I can't stand it. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Well, here's the thing. It's influencing someone, child. It is influencing someone.
You gotta be real quiet on the creek. Quiet on the creek.
Now, this might be a different song, child. It all sounds the same to me. But this is the who is this? Who is this? SEC football playing ninjas being quiet on No Damn Creek. The song called something about the creek.
Quiet. You gotta be quiet.
Oh, Quiet on the Creek is what this song is called.
Quiet on the creek. Real quiet on the creek.
Gentlemen, sassies, any of y'all doing this? Bueller, sassies, y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Shout out to everybody that is here. Shout out to all of y'all. I'm sorry. Any of you sassies gentlemen, all of y'all. Any of y'all doing this?
My bad. Quiet on the creek. Quiet. Too loud.
What the hell does quiet on it? I don't care.
Too loud. You gotta be quiet.
Ooh, Lord help your people. Now, under normal circumstances, is this in the ATL? Let me stop. But is this in the ATL? Anybody know? When I play, I would hope not, child, but anything goes. This looks like, what is this? Is this Michigan State? Because I see an M and the S in the back. Is that Michigan State?
Quiet on the creek. He had dark brown eyes, waves on fleek, a real slick mouth, but he quiet on the creek.
So Saucy Santana is influencing the Goyles and it's influencing the dudes. Good luck to everybody, okay? Good luck to everybody. I'm so happy to be on the Generation X side because this is wild. It's Mrs. Not Mrs. Oh no, not Mississippi. Oh no. Oh no. Now we got something else going on with me. How are all these black men in Mississippi? You telling me that they went to Mississippi? You telling me that they went to Mississippi, all that racism down? That's where Emmett Till was killed. How they going down there? Do they not know what's going on? They need to leave immediately. It's so racist down there that all these black men went down there to play football. I mean, it looked nice in there though, yeah. It looked nice.
I'm tattooed 6 feet, a real nice physique. He always spin the bag, but a nigga barely speak. He like the tricky.
Is this a mating call or something?
He like the treat. I heard he.
I don't know where the creek at, but y'all big ass nigga better say something. Don't be quiet, bro. Tell somebody, bro. Or stay your ass out that creek, cause I don't know, bro. Talk, snitch. Tell them what's going on in that creek, bro. These SEC football ain't no way that Mississippi State ain't no way, but SEC.
Sir, are you in Mississippi? It's racist down there. You gotta go. Sir, did you not hear what's going on? You gotta go and take all them with you. Come on now. You can't be in Mississippi if you black. What the fuck?
You gotta be real quiet on the creek.
So Saucy Santana, excuse me, Saucy Santana is influencing men and influencing women.
Bad to the bone, known at the bank.
Oh, is this the same song? It might be the same song. The caption over here says Saucy Santana has a bigger impact on this generation than a lot of people are willing to admit. With this being one of the most progressive generations we have ever seen, we actually think he has one of the biggest influences on our women today. From the way many of them talk to the phrases they use and even certain mannerisms. His influence can be seen all across social media. Whether people realize it or not, so much of the online culture that has become normal has been shaped by him. Love him or not, you cannot deny that he has left a real mark on this generation. His influence goes far beyond music and streaming numbers. He has become an integral part of new generation culture. Do y'all agree, or are we giving him too much credit? The part about her referring to him as a him, but saying that he has so much influence over women is wild. It's crazy. The first comment says, wait, a gay man is a major influence for biological women. I'm afraid we're losing sight. Oh, no. This is what y'all wanted. This is why y'all have to him crazy, because you're so easily influenced. Now, I don't know if this man really influences so many people, but child, when you see this, I mean, maybe they all were already gay. I don't know. King said, as a man, I'm not influenced. Listen, are you of the Generation Z's? Because those are the ones that got big issues, child. They got big issues. Next one says, or does he copy women's mannerisms and style? I would think that that's what it would be. But what I don't want to hear now is women being upset with Saucy Santana, because y'all love ABCDs. Y'all love male ABCDs, just like Funky Dineva, and you all over there clocking it with them, whatever they say. Black men are the cancer to the black community. But y'all, if I say something, then I'm a white supremacist. But that nigga can say what he wants, and this nigga can sit up here and do whatever he wants, and y'all go for that shit. Y'all will co-sign caricature over a damn lawyer, and the one lawyer that you do like, he can't even speak. And y'all want to sit up here, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. And y'all want to sit up here and listen to the most idiot of the most debaucherous of the most stupidest thing. Or listen to some girl sitting up here saying that black people are inferior to white people, a second-class citizen. Child, keep y'all's bullshit over there, and I'm going to be over here with the normals. Okay? Next one says, this generation is cooked. I agree. No empathy for them. No sympathy for none of them. This one says, please take me back to the 90s. Somebody said, don't worry, I reported this. How is he influencing us when we influence him? Everything about him is black woman. Now, I want to know if the stars are going to be upset because y'all invite this shit in when you allow them to do whatever the fuck they want. It is the same play over and over and over again. Just come out here and say what black women want to hear. They'll accept you, ride for you. You'll be rich, and then they'll leave, and then y'all be left with a wet ass. and this blog will continue to be on the come up, and then be another influence. While this is the blog that sat here and said that the song the Young Miami song is the culture. That's y'all's culture. That's not Generation X's culture, and y'all can have it. So anyway, I've been trying to get to that, so I wanted to make sure that I got to that before I get into this other stuff. So that's what's going on with the community, gentlemen. SYSBM. Don't tell Kofi I said it, but SYSBM. Moving on, child. Moving on. W Day for you. I'm not bringing your comment up, but I see you. I don't disagree. All right, into this Nolan Wells stuff. So somebody over here on Instagram, Ariel something, they said this wasn't a funeral but a pep rally. Well, we already know that, but let's hear what it has to say. The caption is proof Crump and Sharpton are using Nolan Wells' death for publicity, which we already know.
Someone who thinks that this is absolutely ridiculous, that they're going to release the independent autopsy preliminary findings at the NAACP convention in Chicago tomorrow morning. If this doesn't tell you that they are absolutely using this poor young man's death to, I don't even know at this point. I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if it's for division. I don't know what it's for, but this is insane. They've had this, by the way. They've had this autopsy for over a week, the results of the independent autopsy. And apparently they did not read it. They did not read it yet or right away. You want me to believe that there's something in that independent autopsy that came back that results in foul play and they didn't just start screaming it from the rooftops?
Exactly.
They are baiting you. Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are baiting you. They are trying to spark division. They are trying to get everyone all riled up for no other reason than to cause chaos. If you can't see it, just from this, I can't help you. I can't help you. This is disgusting. So you tell me, am I crazy? Or are they doing something they shouldn't be doing?
Not to mention, like we already said, they keep putting that picture up. Like it's in that flyer that she just showed. I'm gonna let him get through this and then I'm gonna play it again. And then how they placed this picture up, had a press conference, basically. Bring the parents is all over the place. First, they took him to New York, then to Chicago, having his picture plastered all over the place. Excuse me. I mean, seriously. Ben Crump saying the same shit, Al saying the same shit, turning that funeral into a I don't even know what you would call a pep rally, like they said, a rally for racism. A call to make sure that you vote without saying it. They're not going to let a tragedy go by that they're not going to use. Same play, different day, different black person. So one of the comments, he already said that. If Crump and Sharpton are involved, it's more about money than justice. Al can sit up there and say he ain't getting no money. He getting some money somewhere. Just because he might not be getting it from them, he getting some money from somewhere. And the NAACP needs somebody, I guess, to help them look like they doing something, because they don't do shit. They ain't done shit. And I don't understand why people even still deal with them. But at the same time, they deal with these people. So next one says, what's so concerning is how quick the black communities immediately believed it was foul play because it was a black lad with white lads. Telling black people to be skeptical of white lads' friendships. It was a shocking display of hate. Well, it's a way to get back of all the past and the past racism. So black people need a win so bad against white people that they're going to run with it. And that's what Al and Ben know. Now, while Al and Ben play their part, they're grifters, they're race baiters, and it's the same play every single time. But the fact that black people fall behind it so quickly without proof of anything, just because, That's the part that is amazing to see over and over and over again. It doesn't matter how many times you see it. It doesn't matter how many times you see it. Shout out to Jay. He said I had to pinch myself to make sure you was live, sugar. I'm live, boo. I'm live. Yeah. Let's hear it again. And again, you telling me that Ben Crump couldn't have waited for the medical examiner to read those results? He couldn't have waited? I honestly do believe that medical examiner said, you're not putting me into this bullshit. I'm not getting up here to say what I know I can say, which is it's inconclusive, which is basically what it is. And then bringing the parents out again, let's just take them all over. So somebody in here said on one of these things is that they blame the parents. Oh, right here. This one says I blame the parents. Now, it has to come to some point where it's like, all right, now, what are we doing? What is the plan? What is the outcome supposed to be with all this? You know what I'm saying? That seems to not be happening. Let's hear it again. Oh, this will be, well, a white woman is saying it, and so you can't listen to her. Oh, sorry.
Ridiculous. That they're going to release the independent autopsy preliminary findings at the NAACP convention in Chicago tomorrow morning.
That's a whole thing right there. Just waiting. Everybody make sure you clear your calendars and come on over. That's a setup right there. That is, trust me when I tell you, y'all, if they really had something in there that was, see, we told you, you think they would have waited? No. Let's make this the best that we can. We're gonna do this. You think they put it together like that? I believe that they probably did know what was going on. I mean, having the autopsy and just waited.
If this doesn't tell you that they are absolutely using this poor young man's death to, I don't even know at this point. I don't know if it's for money. I don't know if it's for division. I don't know what it's for, but this is insane. They've had this, by the way. They've had this autopsy for over a week, the results of the independent autopsy. And apparently they did not read it. They did not read it yet or right away.
They had to build up the momentum to get people involved. Yeah, they should have been doing it in freaking Mississippi. Why are they not doing it in Mississippi? Because it's racist down there? No, because probably, allegedly, NAACP must be headquartered or something in Chicago. So let's just tramps around the damn world, right?
You want me to believe that there's something in that independent autopsy that came back that results in foul play and they didn't just start screaming it from the rooftops?
And she was right, because this was from the day before, and she was absolutely right.
They are baiting you. Ben Crump and Al Sharpton are baiting you. They are trying to spark division. They are trying to get everyone all riled up for no other reason than to cause chaos. If you can't see it, just from this.
Yeah, it looks like the NAACP must be in Chicago. NAACP National Convention. Was this a convention? What the fuck? Child. Okay. Thank you, Jerika, for the information. Good morning, y'all. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
I can't help you. This is disgusting. So you tell me, am I crazy? Or are they doing something they shouldn't be doing?
Anyway, so I see that the trolls are here early. We sound stupid. Got it. That's fine. Listen for some more stupidity. Let's listen to BCP. Oh, shout out to him at 1 million, if we didn't say that already. Doing the damn thing. Black audience gasp as race hustler Avengers fail to prove white lynching with Nolan Wells autopsy. Yep, just keep on letting them use this child's death to get their money up, Clifton, and to get black people like Clifton all riled up and say that everything is racism. And then when the person that speaks that knows the kid, a white boy, Warren, you're not going to believe anything that he says, but you listen to an illiterate lawyer.
You mean the front of Nolan's neck was missing? I'm about to explain, but we finally got the independent autopsy report that his family had done, and we got some crazy findings. Trigger warning, but first we found out that Nolan was given back without the front of his neck, stating that during the first autopsy, it was removed by the examiner for further examination. For a sheriff department that keeps saying there's no signs of foul play, you guys keeping his neck says a lot. We found out that Nolan might have been hit in the back of the head because they found red discoloration about 12 by 8 inches in length. The examiner also kept his lungs. So again, the independent autopsy was not able to check if he actually drowned or if he had, water in his lungs. Also, the examiner did say he had trouble looking for bruising due to how far the body was decomposing. But the independent examiners...
We all know that everybody on TikTok knows so much. That's where this generation, you know what? These are people... These are people that think that this is acceptable. These are people who run around here saying, "Oh, we're influenced by Saucy Santana," and now all of a sudden we're the problem. Child, ooh, child, please. But this is what y'all want to believe in. This is what y'all think makes sense. That makes sense because you listen to someone named Saucy Santana and say some shit about how he influences women. Child, get the fuck out of here.
They are not ruling out foul play, and they cannot determine how he passed away. So basically, we have to wait for the autopsy from the police. The sheriff keeps saying that there's no foul play involved, right? But for your examiner to remove the front of his neck, stating that it needs to be examined further, and for y'all to still not be able to tell us if there was water in his lungs or not. Okay.
All right, guys. So we got to continue our coverage of As the Negroes Grift, right? Because that's exactly what this soap opera is, right? Only Negroes, okay, engage in this type of overt and disgusting, shameful grifting that we're seeing from this Nolan Wales situation. A story that is obviously very tragic, but I don't think is very mysterious, right? We do not have a murder case here, in my opinion. We don't have a case of white lynching. We have a case of a young black teenager doing what teenagers do, doing the 4th of July, which is partying, drinking, probably doing...
No, regardless of what the pictures show, no. Every kid follows their parents' rules, even when they're not in their face. They always do right. They always do what they tell them to do. Young viral men do not want to go where the women are. Oh, you know what? Maybe they don't, y'all. Now that I think about it, maybe they don't because they're so influenced by Saucy Santana. Maybe they don't want to be with women. But typically, back in the day, shout out again to Generation X, you wanted to be around girls. How do I know? Because they wanted to be around. And we wanted to be around y'all too. I'm just saying. But maybe, this is the reason why someone thinks that young viral men don't want to be around women. Okay. But anyway, new generation, maybe they don't.
Drugs, chasing ass on an island with friends, decided to stay behind, ended up getting in the water and drowned. I think that's what happened. I'm convinced that's what happened. I think that the state investigation is basically going to conclude that's what happened. But until then, we have this never-ending saga of race hustlers led by Ben Crump, leading on their very stupid audiences of individuals who really believe that this was some type of white lynching and that all the people in this town, in this community are hiding it. Somebody knows what happened to Nolan Wales because clearly for them,
I'm telling you, they all got together out there at that island, of which Tatum went out to show us and prove that there's nothing out there but basically a land barge saying nothing is out there. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's no obstructions. There's no buildings. There's nothing. So if somebody was doing something to Nolan, everybody saw it. But they all got together just like Metcalf and said, no one say anything. Nobody say anything. Hundreds of boats, thousands of people, 4th of July weekend. Nobody say anything. Shh. Nobody say anything. We're just going to go ahead and do this because we got nothing else to do on the 4th of July. And everybody's going to keep it a secret. Okay.
right? He was murdered, right? He was murdered by a white mob, okay? That is what these people think, and I'm pretty sure there's no amount of evidence that can come out to make them believe anything different, right? I'm pretty sure they've already made their minds up based off emotion, based off just the fact that Nolan Wells had white friends and he lived in Mississippi, right? That's all they need to know. White friends, Mississippi, oh yeah, murder, right? Clearly murder, according to these people. So we got to talk about the latest on the grift because it's just getting more and more shameful. You have this so-called independent autopsy that was paid for by Colin Kaepernick, and they actually have released the results of that autopsy. And lo and behold,
thank you for the Uncle Akuro. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Only subscribe if you got sense. Trolls, carry your ass. Keep saying dumb shit. But all views matter. If you are someone that can't listen to all of the information and use a logical brain, please leave. Because the fact that you want it so bad, just like Ben and Al want you to think that everything is racist and all white people are bad, y'all make sure if you're listening to those two women from yesterday and white people are the worst things, make sure y'all go quit today, okay? Make sure you go quit your jobs from the white people that pay y'all asses. Because really, y'all sound crazy. We don't have time for foolishness. If you cannot think, please go on. Nobody said anything. This is allegedly, logical thing is that this was an accident. If you're not going to at least take a look at all the evidence and stop just listening to Ben and Al and CNN and MSNBC or whatever the fuck it's called, or any of the regular race grifters, DL and what's his name, please leave. We don't have time for bullshit. If you can't come up with something that at least can make us think and say, oh, that's a good point, carry your ass. Your name calling, your stupid comments, they're not going to push no conversation, and I'm not addressing this shit. Just know that I see you, and while you want to say whatever the fuck it is that you say, please know that you're still making me money. So congratulations, you played yourself.
the results have come back as inconclusive. Now, that's not the surprising part about this, right? And that's not really the shameful part about it. The shameful part is that they got Ben Crump to attempt to read and interpret the autopsy instead of getting a medical professional who could actually really explain what the findings of the autopsy were. Because clearly the audience is so stupid that they believe that completely and totally normal things that happened during an autopsy somehow is some evidence of murder. And again, they did this on purpose. They had Ben Crump doing on purpose because they want to mislead the audience to believe that there's
Ben Crump making this a big ass spectacle every single opportunity that he gets. And I just am so confused why the parents continue to go along with it. Just follow him all over the place and allow this mushmouth to say whatever. But then again, these are the same people that like caricature. And I don't understand what he be saying half damn time.
Some type of cover up going on here, that there's some type of foul play, when again, clearly that's not the case. But again, just watch Ben Crump struggle to read and to get through the autopsy results to his very ignorant audience of fools. Take a look.
Cause of death undetermined, pending investigation. And we'll explain that as we go through the report this morning. The manner of death undetermined.
Death with an F. So this is at one. Oh no, I need to speed this the fuck up. 1.5. Hurry up.
Pending investigation. Statement of examination. This forensic pathologist was retained to perform a second autopsy examination on the body of Nolan Xavier Wells. Preliminary findings. And this is significant. Focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue of the back of the head, the occipital region. He said the etiology is unknown at this time. He said the body was received after the initial autopsy. He said the body had marked decompensation. He said coronal incision of the scalp, brain removal, Y-shaped incision of the anterior torso, and he talked about the organs being removed as is common, accompanied in the body cavity. And that
you're back there about to have a fit, child. Sounding crazy. Sounding ridiculous.
When you have an autopsy, the organs are removed from the body and they're dissected and examined, and then they're put back in a bag within inside the body. So when they're buried, their remains will all be with them. But in this occasion, if there's going to be a second autopsy, then the organs are put in the body cavity, so the second pathologist could be able to examine the organs as well. Very significant for Dr. Mitchell was that the anterior inner neck structures were absent, not received with the body.
That lady right there, this lady right here in the purple, she should have been reading this. At minimum, she should have been reading this.
And we'll explain that in just a minute. Dr. Roger Mitchell said that the focal area of red discoloration in the soft tissue of the back of the head, the occipital region, is significant because he cannot determine why you have that red discoloration in the back of his brain. That's significant. He also talked about, Mr. Williams, if you can, just the fact that as it's common practice, he was missing his throat when they received the body. And
they didn't hear that part. It's common practice that he was missing his throat. I'm telling you, none of the regular people that's just gonna believe that this is only racism are gonna hear none of that.
He wants to know why they held it.
Yeah, they're still screaming in the audience.
Back. He's not drawing any conclusions, but he said he would want to examine it if there were neck fractures or compressions to the neck. And he thinks that's significant to know at autopsy. The reason he said he would hold it back when he was medical examiner because he thought that there may have been some issues with neck fractures. The last thing that is significant is what we said before about him, the condition of his body when he went into the water. Was he conscious or unconscious? Was he forced or unforced into the water? He said those things are very significant. But he started off talking about this red discoloration in the back of his head is something that was of great concern to him.
Yeah. So
yes, let's go ahead and you're not gonna know, and maybe you will, but why don't you check that first report? And how did it get done and the other one is not done? All this sounds crazy. Sounds crazy. Thank you, Boo. He said, what effing school he went to? He's slow. Very, but this is America's AG, according to Al Sharpton. That's what he said at the funeral that turned into a political rally, a race rally, as opposed to being Nolan's funeral. Like, God forbid, right? If you wanted to go back and watch it since it was televised, right? And you go back and decide you want to go watch your son's funeral, you're not going to hear anything about your son. You're not going to hear anything about your son because all they did was talk about racism. Child. Defiant Brandon, I appreciate you. He said the reaction to organs removed shows he's dealing with low IQ people. Child, this is purely entertainment for these people. Exactly. Following along with the grift, thinking of nothing. Just if Ben and Al say it, then it must be true because they need a win so bad for some reason. They won't take the time to critically listen to Wyatt, Warren, Child, whichever one it was, over there talking to Tatum. They won't watch the view of the whole island. They won't see and understand because many a persons, I'm going to just say people, don't know about boating. And thank you all for letting me know that it's called boating. But I do know about going to islands, how you get there and what it is you're going to do. And the fact that yachts, boats, whatever you want to call it, not like fishing boats, come out there. You cannot dock. It's not a place where you dock boats. It's not a place where you have a pier. It's a place where you just go. So they have to wade in the water in order to get to said island. So where are you going to put your phone at? You got to go through water in order to get to said island, an island that has nothing on it but dirt. They're not going to put two and two together and say, maybe that's why the phone was left on the boat, because if you get it in the water, like you all said, the phone will be ruined. They're not going to tell you that, and they're not going to go and look at Tatum's video. Regardless of how you feel about Tatum, the point is that this is why so many people have issues, because they refuse to listen to another point of view. If you only want to hear your point of view, then you're biased. If you're not willing to listen to anyone else, you are biased. You cannot be taken seriously. There's enough people that will only listen to CNN, will not listen to Fox. There's only people that will not even listen to local news. There's people that just want, and I don't even agree with Tatum most of the time, But if he's going to go out there and talk to the damn people that y'all want to know from, he's done it. He's still wrong. This is why no one is, let me not say no one. This is why so many people are not falling for this grip, because there's nothing that anyone could possibly say or prove. These people will not change their mind. And that's what Ben and Al do. They get them all riled up. See. Black people need to win so bad that they listen to women who say that you're a second-class citizen to white people, and listen to Ricky Smiley saying that he's scared of white people, so y'all need to now boycott white people. If you put it all together, these people sound crazy, and it's only to take advantage of a tragedy like this, and Carmelo, and even Chow, to say, make sure you vote for who we want you to vote for. They not saying it yet. But if they sowing all this hate and it's being pushed off as, it's going to be pushed off as conservative MAGA and Republicans, that's where this is going. That's how it always goes. It's the same shit over and over and over again. And when we ask questions like, where's the Asian community? Now all of a sudden, we the problem. The woman is Asian. The son is Asian. They repping Asians. No questions can be answered. No, I'm sorry. No questions are allowed to be asked. Because black people go and fight all the time and then turn around and be like, what happened, when they trip over themselves yet again? Always saying that we got to do so much. Y'all choose to do it. Specifically the women. We got to fight for everything. We so tired. You're not tired. You keep doing it. No one asked you to do this. No one asked you to get on board. Nobody asked you to put your mouth in it. But you always do. Then you get mad later on when someone, quote unquote, doesn't come fight for y'all. You keep doing it. Sit your fucking ass down. You should be saying where the Asians at. They're the ones that was repping Philippines in their bios, meaning the mama and Nolan. I mean, it's a fact. What are you mad for? It's true. It's a true fact. Y'all don't like facts, and you don't like questions. And when you can't ask questions, you really don't want to get at the truth. You just want what you think to be true, and you refuse to listen to someone else. It's actually what a fucking petulant child does. There's a lot of childish people around here, allegedly. Shout out to my fave. He said Ben would have been goodbye, sir. Ben would have been perfect back in 1898. Effing jigaboo. Shout out to Jake Gray. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Thank you, honey. He said, I'm trying to go to that school also. F. Goodbye, sir. Y'all so crazy. Shout out to BT. Appreciate you. He said, good morning, Michonne, to the chat. Shout out to you, boo. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Say that you heard that, okay? The gas, the noises from the audience. Again, this is the exact type of stuff you expect when you're trying to appeal to ignorant folks, okay? Ben Crump reading that autopsy report was probably one of the most painful things that I've ever had to sit through, right? And I actually watched it live. And I was like, why is this guy reading the report? He's not a doctor. Okay, he has no background in medicine. He's reading it because the intended effect, again, is to shock the audience. Now, he tries to, give disclaimers and to say, oh, this is normal, that's normal, whatever. But again, we know, right? We know what these people are doing, okay? This is turned into a giant grip. These individuals are putting up thousands of dollars. $25,000, $50,000, $100,000 for information leading to Nolan Wells' death and why he died, right? And I'm like, well, shoot, I can give you that, right? If you want to know what happened to him, I can give you that. I can get paid, right? I can tell you exactly what happened, right? At least what I believe the most likely thing to happen. But again, this autopsy did show what these people claim.
Inconclusive, basically. Let me go past this. It's inconclusive is the bottom line. But that's not what they want to hear. There's really nothing that can be said. It's going to be a problem for black people regardless. There's nothing that anybody can say.
Are so forthcoming. The fact that they told us, we haven't heard from any of the local officials, that Nolan was found face down, fully clothed. Well, that's significant to us because the last time we saw him on the video, he was without a shirt. So at what point did he put on a shirt? Somebody saw something. Somebody knows something. There were almost 300, 400 people. Somebody knows something.
Now, again, remember, this started off as...
Hold on.
No shirt. Well,
even though they didn't say that.
In that the United Cajun Navy are so forthcoming. The fact that they told us, we haven't heard from any of the local officials, that Nolan was found face down, fully clothed.
Now, again, remember, now that I said this yesterday, now he's chastising the Cajun Navy. The mama came through originally and said, they did a great job. We're so thankful for them. We have to shout them out. Now here come this nigga. He didn't get what he needed. Let's start blaming the Navy now.
They told us, we haven't heard from any of the local officials, that Nolan was found face down, fully clothed. Well, that's significant to us because the last time we saw him on the videos, he was without a shirt. So at what point did he put on a shirt? Somebody saw.
Why do we need to know at what point Nolan put on his shirt? Like, what does that prove, yeah? What would that prove? So you're telling me it's weird on the 4th of July on a Saturday and the sun to walk around as a male with only your bathing trunks on? That's weird. So that once it was time to come home, that you put your shirt on so that you can, you know, go home. So that's weird. Got it. Listen to this, just grasping at straws.
Somebody knows something. There were almost 300, 400 people. Somebody knows something.
Somebody knows something. No, they're all under lock and key. They can't speak, sir.
Now, again, remember, this started off as Nolan being taken to an island by 3 or 4 white friends alone, right?
20 to 30 people went along with the 3 boys that took the one picture.
And he was murdered, right? That's how it started off. Now as well, see, there were so many people there that somebody knows something.
Seriously? Did they really? Because I didn't hear that. See, it's always something. It's always something.
Something, right? Somebody saw what happened, and it's like, well, you know, I mean, it's a good chance that nobody actually saw what happened. Again, if he went,
because Ben's making it seem like it was just all these white people and one black Nolan, maybe 2 black Nolan, or the other kid, maybe 3. So that means that all the white people just had their eyes on black people the whole time. This is how crazy this man sounds. All those white people must have been watching the black kid. Pretty sure they didn't give a fuck. The thought that white people care that much to watch black people is wild to me. That's crazy. The Cajun Navy came out after this and said they never said this, even went on Nancy Grace and told her that. Well, good to know, because I know. Okay, thank y'all for letting me know. I haven't heard that. I'll get that for later on tonight, because like I said, the mama thanked the Cajun Navy for all their help. Why ain't she saying nothing to him now? Why ain't she saying nothing to her race grifter right now? Anyway.
And started swimming in some area by herself, right? And ended up drowning. There's a good chance that nobody saw it. Drownings are surprisingly silent, okay?
Drownings are very silent. Another thing about many a black person, I don't give a fuck that you know how to swim. Many black people do not. And even though Nolan knows how to swim, he ain't no Michael Phelps. It doesn't even matter when you think about the condition of the water, how it can be. If you don't go in water, not a pool, but even water like this, you wouldn't know. You don't know. You can be swept away, as I just only really put my feet in when I'm even in the Caribbean. You could easily be swept away depending on how the current is. That freaking water will come in, that sand will leave out when it washes out, and you can fall. And then if the next wave is coming, it can take you right along with it. That's when you better at least know how to do something as far as swimming is concerned. And I was just going to say that, Greg. Malcolm Jamal Warner, big man, not that that matters, an avid swimmer as well, taken on up out of here. He wasn't even inebriated. It was first thing in the morning. Nolan has been outside in the heat. I told y'all I was there. It was hot. It was humid in Mississippi. And I was only out at 10 in the morning. So if they were up at 10 in the morning and then they were out there till at least 4, that's a long ass day for people to be outside on the beach, wherever you were. But they were constantly outside. It's not like they went in for some air, then they were drinking on top of it. Okay. No one will take any of that into consideration. That is a thing. You hot, you bothered, you tired, you're drinking. I'm not going to say anything else, but we know drinking confirmed. And then we're just supposed to think that, you're at your top peak by the end of the day to go swimming. And yet again, nobody has talked about what was going on with the ocean at that point, because they should be able to tell tide high, tide low, in, out, and all that type of stuff. Thank you, Brandon. He said, remember when they turned GF's memorial, who's GF, into a political rally? They did it with Jesse Jackson. They did the same thing with Jesse Jackson. I'm not sure who GF is. Crump got up there sounding illiterate. That was his first time reading the report. He should have left this. He should have not have done this. But when you need to be in front and keep the narrative going, you're gonna do what you need to do. He didn't even let another person. Oh, George Floyd. Thank you, Lawrence. He didn't even let that lady in pink do it, who could have done it, or anyone else. So, whatever. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, BT, heat exhaustion, alcohol consumption, dehydration is no joke. And then you take the whatever the water was doing at the time into consideration. Yeah, currents and undertows. Thank you, God of the Seas. Exactly. But Black people don't know that type of stuff. Just like they don't know about voting, and I don't know that much about it either. But they talking about the whatever, stop pumping water. Black people over here talking about, yeah, right. It's like you don't even take the time to go look into it. Just listen to what fucking blogs tell you and just believe them. Yeah, because that's why they sitting up here saying that. Hold on, y'all. Do I still have it? Yeah. You got blogs telling you that Saucy Santana is the most influence over Black women. Saucy Santana. These are the people that you take your information from instead of looking into it yourself. Child, please. Y'all sound crazy. Hold on, because StreamYard is StreamYard. And hold on a second. Ridiculous. Well, you know, whatever. If it floats your boat, then let it be what it's going to be. You're going to be disappointed a lot in life.
It's not always like what you see on TV where people are in the water, you know, saying help, 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 screaming for help. That's not how it goes all the time, right?
Most of the time it don't, because a lot of the times it says you swim at your own risk. And a lot of times you got to swim at your own risk. And I don't put Black people in a box, you fucking asshole. See, these are the people that are the ignorance. You cannot reason with the unreasonable, y'all. I didn't put nobody in no fucking box. If it applies to you, then it's you. Don't be mad at me because you can't swim, nigga. That's a you problem. And you don't know nothing about anything outside of where you were born. Because a lot of y'all's problem is that you ain't never left the town you was born in. So you ignorant to the rest of the world.
This is into donating money towards what likely is a situation involving a teenager getting too drunk, getting too messed up, and drowning, right? I mean, look at this. $750,000 raised. Now, before the goal was $750,000, right? Last time I talked about this, it was.
Yeah, we already know that they raised it right after the funeral, because even though what's his name says, what is his name? Al Sharpton says, I'm not in it for the money. You're in it for something. Congratulations again, Black men. You are worth more deceased. They don't care about you before you dead. They do not care about you before you're deceased. Only when you're dead or when you become a criminal. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
Right? A couple pictures of some kids drinking. Oh, well, see, they're white. It's Mississippi. It must be murder. Again, that's how the ignorance think. It's wild.
Isn't this picture on the boat too? Oh, my bad.
It's wild. To be honest with you, they want to talk about everything except what they should be talking about, right? The actual cause of death, which is likely this right here. This, you see this, right?
I wonder if the parents ever told him not to drink. You're not old enough to drink, or, you know, because they told him all these things, and he would listen to everything that they say. Anybody think that the parents told him it's okay if you go drink, even though you're not 21? Go drink. It's okay. And is it weird for a college child, because women are included, to drink in college? Is it weird? Is that strange? I guess we just toss shit out the window now. For this case, we just toss shit out the window, right? Good morning, Tadisha. So none of y'all who went to college drank in college, right? Because everybody follows their parents' rules. If I said it, then he would listen to me. These parents are grieving. We're going to give them a pass for a second. But Ben Crump better calm the fuck down. Him and Al, too. To sit up here and say that, you know, we know that he was a good boy. Nobody said he wasn't a good boy, but he was also a male. And him chasing ass ain't weird. And him drinking in a college as a person in college, and even before college, is not weird. But in this case, probably dangerous, just like BT said.
Every time I make a video about this, right? You need to point this out, because this is the most likely cause. Ben Crump, they want to give away hundreds of thousands of dollars for more information. I got information for you. Here you go. Here's the culprit right here. You see this? This little can right here, right? Of what appears to be likely a high noon, okay? Some type of alcoholic beverage. Here's another alcoholic beverage. Alcoholic beverages, right? Yeah, there's your culprit. There's your murderer right there, right? Case closed, case solved. Where my money at? Run me my money. Tyler Perry, run me my money. Terrell Owens, run me my money. Ben Crump, Al Sharpton, run me my money. I solved it right here.
Well, they're not gonna do that. But this ain't even this dude back here. If you can see my mouse back in the background, looked like the dude that whatchamacallit was talking to. Now I really can't tell, but just looking from the side, that looks like the dude he was talking to. I think his name is Warren. So they over here on this boat. Then there's a boat over here. You see the boat back here. These boats cannot come up to the island because there's no dock. Okay, there's no dock. So in order for them to get onto the island, they have to get into the water and walk in, wade in, swim in, or whatever. They gotta go in there. That's the only way. These boats can't make it, or they would get stuck. The island is desolate. You can look at Tatum's video. It doesn't matter how you feel about Tatum. He shows the whole damn island. Crump not gonna do that. Al don't want you to know that. The NAACP don't want you to know that. They want you to be all riled up because of all these white people. They clearly, yet again, Nolan didn't have a problem with being around, and the rest of those other young men that were around these people, most of them looked like they was half-breeds. They mostly looked like they was all mixed kids. And child, looking at that house we saw yesterday, I understand why they wanted to be over there. But let me move on to Ruined Leon. Shout out to Ruined Leon. I think this is it. Hold on a second. Like I said, StreamYard is StreamYarding. Oh my goodness gracious. It says confirmed TikTokers lie about an autopsy report for racial fan fiction. That's a good title, racial fan fiction. That's what they want.
For the sake of transparency, I want everyone to know that I'm recording this at 4:50 in the morning on July 22nd. And the reason I want you to know that is because in about 4 hours from when I'm recording this, we're getting the results of the independent autopsy for Nolan Wells. And when I made that community post, that was the basic knowledge that I had. What I didn't know is that not only are they announcing the results of this independent autopsy, they're doing it at the 117th NAACP convention. Because if you're going to make it a show, why not have all these black leaders and black representatives?
Oh, they really were. Oh, they really are having a convention. Oh my God. I know you lying. Hold on. I don't know. I just thought that was just a name for some reason. Tomorrow I will join the family of Nolan Xavier Wells at the 117th NAACP National Convention. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow.
NAACP convention. Because if you're going to make it a show, why not have all these black leaders and black representatives to see it in real time? And to me, despite all the fan fiction, despite all these people guessing about information they never confirmed, despite all the random live streams at 2 o'clock in the morning with people claiming to have been there, even though none of these people verified any of it, despite all the fan fiction, both racial and sacrificial, you don't, in my eyes, put on this type of show and you have nothing. You have hyped up a release of independent autopsy results surrounding a dead black kid. And you're doing it at the most significant convention, conference, whatever it is, involving black people, where you're going to have all types of black influential individuals there. And some of them may be showing up for different reasons. A lot of people are going to be tuned in because you said that you're going to be announcing these results. And you can't just show up with nothing. You got motherfuckers expecting to hear about bruises, broken bones, apparently a burned face, because getting on TikTok and just saying that you have a friend that works there that does this and does that means that everything must be true, to the point where dumbasses wanted a spectacle at the funeral where they could see an open casket. Why? Because these people don't care about a damn thing and they just need a show. And when we think about all of this, you got to walk into it thinking, all right, it must be something. They must know that this will lead to a further conversation in getting more transparency from the investigators, because we have information that makes it seem like, oh, it wasn't just drowning. He didn't just fade away into the ghosting night and then come up dead. Somebody did something to him. And the reason why I think there's going to be something is because you would look fucking stupid to hype up when you're doing this and all it is he just drowned. Oh, there was water all in his system, and that's what led to him dying. Maybe they got some toxicology that came back that also confirms maybe some alcohol. It can't just be that because of how much you and your ilk that you claim to support by reposting their dumbass fan fictions. It can't just be something where you have allowed people to hype it up and it turns up to be basic. They spent so much time, not Ben Crump, even though you could kind of weave him in there because he did post baseless speculation and then had to fucking hang his head low and say that we'll do better. You can't just turn up with nothing. So I'm going to stop this here, and then I'm going to wait 4 hours to see how this plays out. And hopefully I come back to you saying that something nefarious happened to this young man, and we could start hammering home, actually questioning all these people that were on this island, not just his friends. Because if I have to come back here and laugh my ass off about how stupid a lot of people were, I'm going to have a fun fucking time doing it, and I'm not going to stop.
And what y'all need to do is
Oh my God, I love Leon. Love me some Ruined Leon. He is definitely a person that waits and listens to the facts and uses logic, unlike other people that people want to listen to and then go along. Like imagine listening to blogs that sit up here and say that women are influenced by Saucy Santana and say that Spin Dat is a great song for the culture and everyone should just accept it.
fuck on up. Yeah, because the results drop at 8 a.m. Bitch, it's 4:40 and I'm up and I'm motherfucking on you. Bitch, what them boys did so I can turn ass up.
Ben Crump's office announced tomorrow at the NAACP's conference in Chicago, he will be revealing the independent preliminary findings of the autopsy that they had done on Nolan Wells' body. To all the people that think that he's going to make an announcement about nothing, well, that would be kind of strange, wouldn't it? You're probably the same people that are like, oh yeah, this is totally normal. Keys found with one friend, phone found with the other friend. Didn't want to tell nobody. Cleaning the boat, shit erased, like 360. Totally normal. Yeah, dude, one of my friends goes missing. We're sending out a search party, dude. Every motherfucker on the planet is going to look for that dude. So we'll see what he says, but I bet it's not nothing.
Preliminary report, second autopsy, death of Nolan Xavier Wells. Cause of death, undetermined, pending investigation. And we'll explain that as we go through the report this morning. The manner of death, undetermined, pending investigation. Statement of examination. This forensic pathologist was retained to perform a second autopsy exam.
Child, this milk dud head. I can't keep listening to this. Thank you, BT. He said, Miss Shawn, I'm about to connect the dots. Nolan died in Mississippi, like Emmett Till, and the NAACP convention was in Chicago, where Emmett Till is from. Oh, Lord, help your people. I tell you, I believe it. I'm not about to sit here and listen to him talk again. So, that's wild. I believe you. I believe you.
Interpreted that.
So you mean to tell me that Nolan Wells' throat was removed from the first examiner in Mississippi? One can't help but become angry. There was red marking, a red bruise in the back of the neck, but the throat's been removed.
I'm telling y'all, we already know. You cannot say anything. These people will not look into anything for themselves. If Ben says it's a problem, then it's a problem. If Al says it's a problem, then it's a problem. If the NAACP said it's a problem, then it's a problem. If the blog says it's a problem, then it's a problem. Black people, you got to stick together, child.
The first examiner in Mississippi. And y'all want to continue this narrative, oh, he drowned. Sure, after they recognized that they did what they did to him and then threw him into the water. Sure. They drowned him after they did what they did. Period.
Nolan Wells' throat is in Mississippi while the rest of his body is in DC, according to the medical examiner who performed the second autopsy. It is not abnormal to remove the organs and to place them in the bag with the rest of the body, but his throat is missing. His entire throat is missing. His larynx, his hyroid, his thyroid, all internal structure of this young man's throat is missing. The first medical examiner did not give any specifics or didn't even tell the new examiner that the throat was not going to be in there. They have literally taken this young man's life and have stolen his voice from him. You cannot tell me this isn't symbolic. You cannot tell me this is not an echo to the past when they used to keep trophies from black bodies. They know his body tells us.
Yes, and you know it's Mississippi too, Kennard. And it's Mississippi. And plus these dummies don't look into anything. They listen to other people on TikTok.
Story, and they have literally stolen the voice from him to tell his story. What is the accountability here, and what do we do to stop these cultural practices, because they have never stopped and they're only going to continue as long as we allow it to happen? And that is every single person in this country, and that is every single person, particularly in the South, looking at their own role in this, because at the end of the day, you are easily going to be able to turn your phone off or forget about this in a few months, because it doesn't happen to anybody or everybody, but it's only going to affect communities at large if it starts happening to everybody.
I don't understand. Maybe I don't understand autopsy.
Now, what did she say? Everybody, but I'm not going backwards, but child, that sounded like a nursery rhyme riddle or something.
But you mean to tell me they received the body in Washington without his throat? They kept his throat? The throat of Nolan Wells was not received with his body for the second autopsy, and therefore they cannot rule out foul play. Apparently, this is a common forensic pathology practice, which I imagine it would be, especially with black bodies in Mississippi.
The last thing that is significant is what we said before about him, the condition of his body when he went into the water. Was he conscious or unconscious? Was he forced or unforced into the water? He said those things are very significant. But he started off talking about this red discoloration in the back of his head is something that was of great concern to him.
Now, after hearing all that, I could read your mind. You sat through that. You heard all of that from Ben Crump. You heard all the information that they have, and you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. What was the point? Because usually, if you're working with an independent autopsy, you're hoping and downright expecting at this point something that could move the conversation forward. But instead, it stalled us. Yes, we got a couple questions that have to be asked, but the only way those could be answered is from the medical examiner's autopsy. And while, of course, you have the usual suspects taking the information that they got from Ben Crump and flipping it and turning it into something else, you actually need to now wait for the medical examiner's autopsy. And I don't know their practices. I don't know their protocol. If they're waiting for that toxicology so that they could just release everything, maybe they're waiting on that. Time will tell how we truly get to a next point from this, because as it stands, after wasting everybody's time with information that didn't change anything and hyping it up as if you had something at the 117th NAACP conference, wow, I am completely bored about how we move the conversation forward. I'm stunned like there's no real way to do it unless we have that medical examiner's autopsy. Wow, you had all these.
Even when that autopsy comes in and allegedly says that it was a drowning, they're going to say it's a cover-up, it's racism, it's white people, blah, 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 blah. Because you got to blame somebody. So which one is it? Out of all the hundreds of white people that were out there, which one is it? Because first it was just the three, but now we know there was actually thousands of white people out there. And you got his black friends. They should be able to tell, right? They should be able to talk about who it might be, right?
People sitting there strategizing that there's a method to Ben Crump's madness. We just wasted a lot of time for nothing other than we were hoping for something of substance, and we got nothing. But I do think there is a good here, because in this independent autopsy, a lot of people were hyping up. You had one thing that was not discussed at any point: burn marks on the face and bruises anywhere on the body. And while yes, that mark on the back of Nolan's head is something to speculate about, until we get that other autopsy report, that's really just a bunch of people taking a guess and hoping for the best, hoping somewhere, somehow, another random person confirms their stupid theory. But do you remember when the internet was so hyped up in hiding behind the word allegedly too much to spread a lie that Nolan's body had bruises and had burn marks on the face?
Nolan Wells. So before Nolan.
No, these two said that. But the Cajun Navy or whoever pulled them out said that there was no bruising to the body at all. Nothing on the face, nothing.
All that he said that the body was mistreated.
Yeah.
It looked abused. It looked like he was tortured. Looked as if he was burnt, maybe.
Where?
Face, body, said he was burnt.
Get these two bitches back in front of the camera and get them to apologize to their family, because for these weeks that this has gone on, stupid shit like them has been running around making up lies, and they've been doing it.
Because that's what they do. And that's what they ain't gonna come back. No, nobody come back and apologize for shit. Everybody on TikTok knows everything and don't know shit. Papa Nye, thank you, boo. Thank you for being a member for 9 months. He said, what did Mother Soprano say? Oh, yes. These blicks. Did she say that? Uh-oh. That's racist. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you are new and normal. New and normal. Other than that, yes.
And fast. They've been, like I said, hiding behind the word allegedly, because if they say that and it ends up being wrong, you can't criticize them because they said allegedly. No, you stupid bastards didn't do anything but spread lies. You didn't verify anything. You had no way to verify anything because you're not a journalist. You're not a reporter. You're a TikToker who did nothing but sit there and spread lies around a dead man's body. For what? For what purpose? For what rhyme? For what reason? What could have been your opportunity other than to just get in on the fun of talking about a dead kid? Oh, wait a minute. What happened to all the rituals and the sacrifices and finding the mystical land of whiteness where they all smear mayonnaise on each other? What happened to all that? What happened to talking bad about all these people and you had nothing? Y'all listening to people who are up at 2 o'clock in the morning doing live streams with nobody showing a face, telling you, I know Nolan, I was there that day, I was over there that day, I have this, I have that, I have that. None of these people are going to the police. None of these individuals are giving substantial information, but because nobody knows how to sit back and wait, this is what we got going on. The mother, for like the 50th time I'm saying this, told y'all not to believe any of this dumbass shit. And what have y'all done since? Not only believe the dumbass shit, they're still chastising these parents because how dare they, let me check these notes right here, provide a better life for their son.
Oh, yeah, they're bad parents. Yeah. Somebody who said, somebody said a second ago, getting sued for slander. Yeah, there's a lot of people that should be sued. And if them white boys decide to do it, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Because coming out and just saying that they did it before knowing anything, knowing that there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people out there, yeah, they should. Then if they do, they'll be called racist even more. Because how dare they sit here, shout out to Kennard, how dare they sit here and people wonder why they didn't go to the funeral. Oh, the people that black people think took Nolan out. And then if they showed up, they would say how disrespectful, how could they do it and cause a scene? So they don't go. And why didn't they go? They should have went. It's a no-win situation. They did the right thing by not going. It sucks that they couldn't go say goodbye to their friend, but what other choice did they have? But no, nobody would look at it that way. It's they're guilty. So those 3 are guilty, and all the rest of the white people that were there who probably didn't even know him. Most of them probably didn't even know him. I can't.
Because you stupid motherfuckers who worded this like the only way a black person's gonna die is by the hands of a white person still have not acknowledged that a black girl and a black...
Oh no, they don't care about this. How dare you bring this up, Leon? How dare you bring this up, Leon? And all the hating hoes and sorry y'all, LTMs that are here that ain't really trying to hear nothing but what blogs and Ben tell you. Then none of them give a damn about this situation with the East St. Louis 5 that are deceased. They ain't got shit to say about them. They don't care about 74-year-olds who are taken out. Oh, because when it's other black people, it's acceptable by black people. It only matters when there might be white and they fight like hell for it, putting all this money together for these parents, for this alleged lynching, white lynching for Nolan. But when there's actual people who have been held or who have been arrested for taking out a 74-year-old woman and half of their daggone current close family, crickets. Not a fucking word to say. Oh, don't talk about black on black crime because that's not a real thing. Of course it's not a real thing. Because it don't make them no fucking money. They don't give a shit. And neither do all these people running around talking about we a second-class citizen to white people. No, you're a second-class citizen, not I. Fuck y'all, okay? If you think that it makes sense to put all this energy and effort into now 3 cases, I guess, and then just to let something like this slide by and none of you motherfuckers have shit to say while you're pro-black trying to take a black woman's business down, but you think I am a white supremacist because y'all refuse to talk about this shit? Imagine if they came together in all these motherfucking cities and put all that work into cleaning it the fuck up. How about you get the fucking crazy ass people off of the streets? Where was this at? East St. Louis, Illinois. Right down the street. NAACP, you in Illinois. I ain't hear y'all say nothing about this while you're doing your 114th convention. Y'all ain't bring any of the family members that are left from this tragedy down there to your convention. Al and whatchamacallit ain't got nothing to say about this at the convention, but they want to repeat the same old shit over and over and over again. getting you colors all riled up, getting TikTok all stupider than they already are, all riled up. Child, please.
Boy killed 5 black people. So please spare me this really stupid ass gimmick that y'all come up with, desperate to make it seem like only one way is how a black person is gonna be dead on this planet. Because you gotta stop that shit. Y'all have thrown a lot at the wall with this, and all of it's come crumbling down from Ben Crump, from the police investigating it, to the FBI, and then pretty soon the damn grand jury. All these mystical theories that y'all coming up with, they're not working. So can we please get to a point? I know we're not. I don't even know why I'm bothering. But can we, for the sake of it, get to a point where everybody shut up and just let this process play out? That way you could get true information and not think with Sam here.
No, they don't want, oh, that asshole, he's imitating some white man. So it's okay for some white people to talk as long as it's the narrative that you coloreds want. But if it's someone else that says something and they're black, then they're a coon, they're this, they're that. But you like white people only when white people are saying what you want. And then when they pull the rug out from under y'all, like they typically do, then y'all gonna say, what happened? All this, nobody knows anything. I've been saying that from the beginning, but y'all ain't got no problem with Al saying whatever. Y'all ain't got no problem with Ben saying whatever. But when the rest of us chime in for a different side to say, how the fuck do y'all come up with this shit? And there's nothing out here. And now when there's information that's out here, hence the video that Tatum did to show you what the actual island looks like, to hear someone else's side, y'all ain't trying to hear near none of that. Because again, like I said, it doesn't matter what anyone does. Ben and Al have done their job. Y'all are already in it. Y'all already ain't gonna listen to nothing else. It don't matter what anybody says. Y'all still gonna say to this white people whilst ignoring not only just what happened in Mississippi. We can do a crime is down and show them all. Y'all don't give a fuck about black people. You love white people. While you're talking about everybody else that cares about white people, it's actually y'all that care about white people. It's actually y'all that are looking for the approval of white people. It's actually y'all that be worried about what the fuck white people be doing. It's actually y'all that want white people's approval. It's actually y'all that trying to do and be just like white people and try to get away with shit like white people, because that's what y'all always say. But white people do it too. But white people do it too. That's what you do. That's what you want. Don't think that we give a fuck about white people. That's why you listen to Ricky Smiley and have alleged grown ass men saying that they're scared of white people too. You're a bitch ass. All these allegedly tough men in the world. I'm a man. You're not going to tell me what to do. I'm a man. Y'all sitting up here listening to fucking Saucy Santana bitches, and y'all sitting up here listening to Ben Crump that can't even speak. They say it's racism. You jump on it because you just want to get a white person, because that's what will make your day better, is to try to take down a white person whilst ignoring everything that's happening with black people on a daily motherfucking basis. You motherfuckers don't give a shit about black people. And while you're projecting your shit onto me talking about I'm a white supremacist, you're the fucking white supremacist at the end of the day. The only time you motherfuckers got shit to say is when a white motherfucking person is involved. And as soon as some shit happens every motherfucking day to a black person, especially an elder, y'all shut the fuck up. And so does that nigga, not Leon. So does that nigga Ben fucking Crump and Al Sharpton, who lives in one of the biggest fucking states that has issues every fucking day. And he don't say shit. He don't say shit. And you think that nigga cares about y'all? Fuck y'all and fuck those niggas too. You keep listening to them. It's a fucking grip. They keep getting rich and y'all keep sitting there stewing and mad at motherfuckers that ain't thinking about you. They ain't thinking about your ass. Y'all thinking about them. Keep being worried about what the fuck white people do, wasting your life listening to race grifters, taking advantage of this fucking tragedy to try to make it into something to make y'all more upset so that you can be delivered when the fucking midterms come, because white people are bad and Republicans are bad and conservatives are bad and MAGA is bad and y'all need to vote for the white people. I'm sorry, you need to vote for the Democrats because they love black people.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black.
When they toss Cam up there in 2 more years, make sure y'all vote for her. Make sure y'all vote for her. She gonna be wonderful when she loses yet again. Shout out to Lawrence. Thank you so much, boo. I appreciate your support as always. He said, where the outrage from the Obamas, Democrats, Black community, Roland Martin, Al Sharpton, Ricky, Tyler, LeBron. LeBron ain't said shit about shit. LeBron ain't say shit about shit, except I heard he might be coming to Philly. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't care. Ben Crumper, this story. Yeah, I'm not bringing that up because I gotta close this out. I gotta go to work. Yeah. Well, you know, it is what it is, though. Well, I'll look at that maybe for later. We'll be back later around 6:00, maybe a little later than 6:00, maybe 6:30 or 7. Y'all, I'm just letting you know. I got shit to do. Thank you, Lawrence. I appreciate you very, very much as always. Thank you. Shout out to A.R. Smitty. I appreciate you, boo. He says, get this woman an apron. She's cooking right now. The ignorance of these Black Democratic plantation Sambo fools is honestly heartbreaking. It's not heartbreaking. It's not heartbreaking at all. I mean, you're welcome to say that, of course. It's not heartbreaking at all. It's these people that are being led by people who don't give a damn about them as they get rich. So they're here and they sitting up here and they can be here. That's fine. Be too disrespectful. Make sure y'all go ahead and block them. But if voting blue, no matter who, is what you want to do, that would be the reason why you sit up here and follow shit like this and think that this is cute and that this makes sense. Because y'all want to vote blue no matter who. And then you got freaking gays saying that they can teach women how to be women and women follow that shit. Or even better yet, you got these men coming out. Shout out to the low testosterone men so that they can be a part of what Saucy Santana has. Because Black people want to follow ABCDs until they get into some situation with an ABCD males. And then you're going to be feeling some kind of way. And then once they start telling all you Black women what to do, then y'all going to be feeling some kind of way. But for now, it's all good, right?
A real nice physique. He always spin the bag.
Yeah, it's cute. Yeah, it's all fun and games until it's not fun and motherfucking games. But y'all do your thing, all right? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. That bitch that said that Black people are inferior to white people, she can kiss my ass. Oh, that's cute. Thank you so much, Sir Travis, for the eagle. I appreciate you. That girl that's trying to take down that Black business owner woman in the ATL, she can kiss my ass. This is amazing. And of course, so can Ben and Al and all of y'all in here that think that you having an effect on anything. You can continue to vote for whoever you want because that's how it works. Ain't nobody gonna bully me. I'm not listening to no motherfuckers from TikTok, and I ain't listening to motherfuckers that ain't got the sense that God gave them. You can call me all the white supremacists that you want. I care more about Black people than you motherfuckers do, and you show and prove by listening to fucking Ben Crump. That is it. That is all. I see you all in the next.
And now another anti-ruckus rant brought to you by the community. Viewer and audio discretion is highly advised.
The community wants to take the word and hold up hoes, whores, OF people, people who put out STD-named lip gloss, people who have slept with anybody and everybody at any time, people who talk about the AB clinic like they going to McDonald's, people who just say whatever comes to their mind, people who make songs about scamming, people who like people to pee on them, people who like to hang out with people that could be ABCD, but because they have enough money, it's okay. And then say that that's woman empowerment. So to be a whore is woman empowerment, and that's who runs the community. Y'all stand up for whores, and everybody's just supposed to go along with it. People like Tigger go along with it. Eddie Winslow, whatever his name is, allegedly goes along with it. And people are talking about white people are the problem. Colors, white people are not the problem. I don't care. Say what you want. White people is not the problem with the community. It's the fact that Black people listen to famous people with yellow hair, pink hair, blue hair, nose rings, eye rings, tongue rings, lip rings, cheek rings, throat rings, boob rings. That's the problem. Liberals, progressives, and Democrats. That's the problem. Unfortunately, it always comes back to political because, child man, none of these people I've subscribed would be a conservative person, even though black people are supposed to be conservative. And I still would like someone to answer the question. I know it's not a video that people are liking. That's okay. It's still there to watch. Which ancestor would come back today and say, thank you all for continuing my legacy? Which one? Name them. Which one? Name them. Will come back today and say, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you for continuing all my hard work. You're doing spades, child. Y'all are doing spades. So glad that I risked my life so that you all could become fucking whores. Whores don't run my fucking life. They do not run me or my community. And I don't hang out with motherfuckers that don't make any sense. Y'all can have that shit. Y'all can listen to caricature all the fuck you want to. Fuck that nigga. You can listen to that funky tether over there that's telling you to your face that Democrats ain't done shit for you, and then turn around and say, keep voting for them. And then you want to turn around and act like white people are your problem when you got all these niggas in your face lying to you, and you still believe them. And then you'll make some fucked up excuse because you fucked up and say, but white people do it too. But black people do it too. And yet black bitches always looking at white people for what the fuck it is that they do and then turn around talking about racism. Make it make sense. I still ain't seen to where, child, what is her name? Blonde hair. Child, the ESPN ex-person, child. You know what I'm talking about.
In the state of Pennsylvania, politics can be very messy, pun intended. Today we embark on a new journey, not Jersey. That helps the state clean up its act. No more candidates that won't speak for people, talk shit, rant, and liked by the community. We need a beacon of hope to transform us into a new beginning, fixing corruption and whoredom that bleeds through our cities. A candidate that is a funky ass. A candidate that is reliable, trustworthy, loves the kids, and ain't a hoe. A candidate that really wants to fix this shit. That candidate is Messy Miss Shawn for Pennsylvania State Senator 2030.